In our lesson today, we'll be talking about area under a curve. So, for area under a curve, we could be asked to find the entire region under this curve y equals f of x, or we'll be restricted to find only this shaded region. That would mean that we are finding the area under a restricted domain moving from A to B. Okay, and we apply the knowledge of integration in finding areas. Okay, so all that we need to do is to integrate the curve from A to B, and then we are done. So let's solve some examples to appreciate what I'm talking about. We have this curve, okay, this curve y is equal to x squared, and then we are supposed to find the area of this shaded region. So first we will integrate from 2 to 3 of the curve, which is s squared. Okay, so that would mean that we will get s cubed over 3 integrating from 2 to 3. So we put 3 into x, where we see x, we put 3 there, and then that will give us what, 27? Yeah, 27 over 3 minus, then wherever we see x, we put 2 there, and 2 to the power 3 is 8, so 8 over 3, and this will give us 6 whole number 1 over 3 units square. Okay, we are squaring it because we are looking for area. Area is always what? Squared. Right, now let's consider this example. Now I want you to be mindful of something. The area in this region, we got a positive number. Okay, let's work on this. Now once the area that we are going to look for is below the x-axis, expect your answer to be negative. All right, but when you are writing the final area, you write a positive value, because areas cannot be negative. If it is negative, then it means that it is just below the x-axis. If it is positive, it is above the x-axis. Right, so now let's solve it. This would mean that we will integrate from 0 to 3 of our curve. Okay, and this would give us 3 on 3, okay, then 3 squared on 2, yeah, and from 0 to 3. So we put 3 at where we find x, and that would be 9, okay, because 3 squared is 27, and 27 by 3 is 9, right? Then we have minus, then that would give us 27 over 2. Okay, so we are done with the first part. Minus. Now the thing is that as soon as you put 0 into any of these values, you should get 0. Okay, so we have 0 minus 0. So we simplify what is here, and when we do that, we will get negative 9 over 2, okay, or negative 4.5. Like I said earlier, since the area is below the x-axis, we are expecting a negative answer. But the answer that we write will be that the area is 4.5 units squared. Why? Because like I said, areas are positive. Okay, if it is negative, then it's just because that it is below the x-axis. So the same thing will happen here. For this part, we are going to get a positive answer. This we will get a negative answer, but we will ignore the negative and then work with the positive value. Okay, so whenever you are given a function or a curve of this nature, and a question comes with a curve that has been already factorized, it is your job, okay, to expand this. So when we expand and simplify, then we are looking at y is equal to, we are looking at y is equal to x cubed, all right, plus 2x squared minus x minus 2. So if you simplify this, you should get something like that, all right? Then the next thing that you want to do is to divide these two regions. Call this region A1, and you can call this region A2, okay? Now it's good to split it, because when you combine the integration from -2 to 1, you wouldn't get the correct answer, okay? So always it's good to split. So now let's start with region A1. So we are going to integrate from -2 to -1 of the curve x cubed plus 2x squared minus x minus 2 dx. So the integration will be 4, and then this would be 3, that would be squared, and this would be 2x, okay? And we are moving from -2 to -1. So at this juncture, we'll put this -1 into all the x values, okay? So let's do that. Now, when we do that, we should expect 1/4, okay, in the first case, followed by -2 on 3, followed by -1 on 2, plus 2, okay, minus. Now we are going to put -2 into where we find x, and when we do that, we should expect to get 16/4 minus 16/3 minus 4 on 2, then plus 4, right? So when we simplify what is in here, what do we get? We get 13/12 minus, okay? Then when we simplify what is in here, what do we get? We get 2/3, right? So when you subtract, that should give you 5/12 units squared. Now this is for only area 1. When you end here, you will lose marks, okay? So now let's go and work on area 2. All right, so for area 2, we are going to integrate from where? Okay, so that's from -1 to 1, okay? So let's go and do that. We are integrating from -1 to 1, and our curve is x cubed plus 2x squared minus x minus 2, okay? Now we do the integration. 4 plus 2 cubed 3, then x squared 2 2x. All right, we are moving from -1 to 1. Okay, so when we deal with this one, we put 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 there. Now what do we expect to get? We will get 1/4 plus 2 on 3 minus 1 minus 2, okay? Then minus. If we put -1 in each of these instances, what shall we get? We will get 1/4 minus 2 on 3 minus 1 plus 2. Okay, so if we simplify this, what do we get? -20 -25/12, then minus. When we simplify what is here, what do we get? We will get 7 over 12. So this would mean that our final answer is negative 8 over 3 for A2. Now we expected it. We were looking forward to a negative value because A2 is below the x-axis. But like I said, we are not going to use negative value to work. So we can say that A2 is actually 8 over 3. Now we have solved for A1 already, and then we got 5 over 12. Therefore, the area under the curve, it is going to be 5 over 12 plus 8 over 3. Now 5 over 12 plus 8 over 3 should give us 37 over 12, or you can say 3 whole number, 1 over 12 units.